Welcome, everyone, to the Walking Cast, episode 115. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Gloria. What's up, Gloria?
Hello.
All right, it's been a while. Not only just talking to you, but also doing the Walking Cast. I know that a lot of us that are watching it are kind of upset in some ways and not really quick to do podcasts right away on Sunday night. But Gloria is getting us back into the groove tonight.
Yeah.
So take it away, Gloria.
Well, the last one that I haven't talked about is episode 5, of course. So, Hilltop. My goodness, Glenn's grave. You know how I am. That made me cry.
Yes.
And I was emotional. The pocket watch and all that stuff. It was just it was so hard to watch because I'm still not over his death and everything in the show, and I don't think I'll ever get over it. But it was cute to see it. I'm happy we got to see it because it's in the comic. That she buries him there at the hilltop and stuff. So I was happy to see that actually.
Right.
In the show. Also, Maggie rubbing her belly as she's touching the grave. I thought that was a nice touch because it lets her, connect that he's still with her in some way, and
right.
That his legacy will live on and stuff. So it's like I was an emotional wreck.
Well, don't you think the best part was she's like, my name is Maggie Reed?
Maggie Reed. I was so totally emotional. I was like, I love that she punched him. I was so wanting that, and when she did, I was like so happy because it's in the comic. So I was happy that it was in there, and I was like, yes. But then that whole thing with her saying her name. I mean, in the show, they actually went that far with it, and I was like, yeah.
I know.
And it was also very emotional at the same time.
Gregory's a scumbag, right?
Yes, he is. I mean, I'm like, I totally can't wait for him to die. I seriously can't wait.
Wow.
I mean, I can't
come for a religious person like yourself and myself,
Exactly. I mean, because he's a coward and everything. Like Jesus,
right.
He's dangerous only because he's a coward, and everything. Sometimes dangerous people are the worst when they're like that, when they're cowards.
Well, let me ask you a question, and this has been touched upon.
Mm-hmm.
Is Gregory Jesus' dad?
I know they talked about that on The Talking Dead. I don't think he is. Now, in the comic, he's not. But, if the show goes there, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, if he's not his dad, could he be his uncle?
Something. I mean,
I think they're definitely related.
Yeah, they could do that. I mean, it's not in the comic, but they could go that way with the show to make it different and make it like a twist.
Maybe his mother's brother is Gregory.
Yeah, or something.
And she died, and everybody died, and he had to take care of Jesus. But he's like a kid leaving and coming in whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always a thing when it's like, "You're gonna leave." Oh, I'm gonna leave. Like a thing where not really, because it's like the parent and child.
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly think that they are related. I think that was a good thing.
I think they'll do that in the show probably. I see there's a possibility for that. I mean,
I think it's his uncle. That's what I'm going to say.
They teased at it with the actors on The Talking Dead, so it's a possibility. I mean,
it's not his dad; it's his uncle. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they said his dad on The Talking Dead, so it might be their way of kind of hinting at it, but not exactly going there.
Right.
Letting it be obvious. So yeah. Also, when he was almost outing Maggie, I love that Jesus knew he was going to try to out them, so he put them in a different closet, and then
yes.
And
he gave away his favorite alcohol, I guess.
Yeah, because of that. It's like.
And he tried to take one. Remember that? He's like, what are you doing?
It was his own fault, because he tried to out them. And then, of course, when Simon, the head, one of the right-hand man of Negan, when he came with the saviors and stuff, I can't stand the saviors, but I love that they made them kneel. I love when he made them kneel, because I was like, he deserved that. I mean, unlike with, for example, Daryl, he would never kneel, but someone like Gregory, I don't care if he kneels because he's.
And he took his painting. That was great too.
Yeah, I love that. I was like.
Another thing is Carl and the girl.
Yes, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming because they blending her with comic Sophia, because in the comic she's alive, even that, and she's kind of fostered by Glenn and Maggie. And that's like kind of, they've been doing that with Glenn and Maggie in the show, kind of like where Glenn was talking to her and kind of like being, doing like a father figure, kind of talking to her about, about life and stuff and
yes,
like, being better. And then with Maggie, she's like, come see me, come talk to me. And of course with the hair, cutting her hair and all that. And so I saw that they were doing that with the Sophia from the comic. And then they were also blending her with Lydia from the comic, which is the girl that Carl likes. So I saw that they were putting two characters into one. And they do that with the comic. They kind of blend storylines and kind of try to make them to where they don't have to put as many storylines from the comic in the show. Now, if they had it be a separate girl, then that would be another storyline they have to do. So they just blended her with two characters into one.
Right.
And I like the touch that Maggie gave her the watch, and so she's like, we don't need the physical stuff because they're still with us in spirit and everything. And I love that. And then of course the kiss, like example, Carl and Enid, their kiss.
Go Carl with his first kiss.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you go, boy. And
kiss it like a Grimes.
I'm telling you, I knew the forehead kisses in that show were gateway kisses. I knew it. Because you know how I am. I'm a Daryl Carol shipper, so I knew that the kiss with Daryl and Carol on the forehead was a gateway kiss. And they've even talked about it on Talking Dead, that it'd be a gateway kiss. But yeah, that proves it. Carl kissed Enid on the forehead, so it's a gateway kiss. And then of course right after that he kissed her on the mouth, so it's like yay.
There you go.
But it was cute, and I loved them skating. It was so like, and them.
Yeah, that was really cool.
The skating, the holding hands and stuff. That's from the comic with him and Lydia. So I thought that was kind of cute, holding hands.
Yes.
Let's see, some more. Oh, the walkers and Maggie shutting the music car up with the tractor.
And Maggie's pregnant and she's like kicking ass.
Yes, I love that. I mean,
Jesus leaping off the wall and doing like a Matrix kick.
Yeah, that was awesome. The fighting moves of Jesus was awesome. I love that because it's like, it was majorly like in the comic how he's like that. In the comic, he does a lot of kicks and stuff. He's really cool in the comic in that way. So to see him actually do it on the show was like really awesome.
I can't wait for Jesus to kick the Savior's ass.
Yeah. And then,
that's weird to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
They cannot live that down. On
right.
Bed, they keep talking about that. He's like, I can't live that down. I can't,
Jesus, Saviors, yeah. Jesus. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Rick and Michonne, the forehead touching, and then the
Sasha.
That was cute. And then Sasha, I cannot believe she was sick. The actress, she was sick when they were filming that episode. I felt kind of like, oh. But she's like really dedicated to be able to work while she's sick.
Throwing up.
Yeah, she was throwing up and everything.
She threw up and like, all right, let's go. Let's go again.
Yeah, exactly. That's dedication, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
And of course, there's the big thing. Jesus and Carl on their way to the sanctuary. Woohoo!
It's like a thing. It's like, what's up?
Yeah.
It's like,
they're probably going to rescue Daryl, most likely. And then Carl goes there in the comic. And I hope there's something that...
well, maybe Jesus gets Daryl, right? And then Carl's there?
I think both of them, they've worked together to do it probably. But yeah, Carl, he goes there in the comic. And there's something that happens there in the comic with Negan. And
yeah, he makes him take his eye patch off and sing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to do that in this one.
Probably. And I'm hoping that because the name of the episode is Sing Me a Song, so it's like a possibility. So I'm like excited because people are like excited, like possibility of seeing
yes.
Sing. It's gonna be really funny. But yeah, it's it's the start of their weird kind of thing with Negan and Carl. They've got this
I just want Dwight to die. I don't like him.
Yeah.
He sucks.
I still can't stand him, even though
I can't stand him at all.
I'm trying to figure out whether they are going to go that route, like in the comics, with him being a double agent or not. But I still do not like him, regardless. I can't stand him.
I can't stand the way Rick is too. With the, he said, Michonne, we can't tell him. Good.
You can't wait for him to get his unbrokenness gone, right? You want him to get strong again.
We talked about The Walking Dead on the Everything Show.
Yeah.
And I told Chris, I want to see a trailer for the next half.
Yeah.
I want him to, it's like all this hair, and it zooms out, and it's Rick Grimes' beard. And he's like this. She's like, enough is enough, and then like that's it. Then they show a quick clip of like Negan and him punching each other like and the army all around like that there's a war, and then it just stops, and that's like a teaser. That's what I want to see.
That's funny.
You know how like Neo's fighting Agent Smith?
I can't wait.
You know Neo fighting Agent Smith, it's like slow motion. It's like dun, 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 dun. That's what I want to see with like Rick and like Negan like punching each other, and there's like a whole army around, and it zooms out like it's 300 or something, and then it's like you see walkers coming around. That's what I want to see.
That's funny.
Good.
They said the second half. I heard that they said the second half is it gets starting the lighter moments start to kind of come back.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go to war, but they're building up the army. So when season 7 ends, season 8 is the war. That's what I think.
It is. It's most likely all-out war plot line. Right now, this season is the March to War, which is basically preparing for it.
Right.
And this next season will be the all-out war, the actual war. But yeah, that episode 5 was good. I like how at the end of that, when they had the promo for a little bit of the rest of this season instead of just the next episode, which was cool. You know, got to see Carol open the door to the cottage. And
well, you want to end this, and then we'll do another cast for the next episode? You want to do it that way, or you just want to all talk on one episode?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do tomorrow night. We'll do one for tomorrow night, so that way I'm not.
No, but you know, I mean, the one that you didn't, the Tara one.
Oh yeah, well we'll talk about.
You want to do it on this one, or you would do a separate one?
On this one.
All right.
I've got notes. I'm talking. I'm like doing like Yvette Brown, Nicole Brown on the talk.
Right. Now I gotta say I want to make sure that the subscribers and viewers understand.
Yeah.
I love the character of Tara. I always liked her.
I love her.
But it's kind of weird for me that I don't like fillers a lot. I don't like, that she got a whole episode to herself. And I'm like, not in a season where we're desperately trying to see Rick come around.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's like Tara versus the Amazonians. Or the feminist movement, or the land of whatever. It's like...
For me, it's like, I can understand that. I mean, I liked the episode. It was really good, well written and stuff. It's just that, like, I'm like you. I don't like filler episodes. I like episodes.
I hate fillers.
Find out what's going on with the people that we care about. And, like, now that Daryl's my favorite character because, God.
It's like they decided, do they do a whole episode on Judith, or they do it on Tara? And it's like, okay, let's do Tara, because at least Tara can speak. I'm like,
she's awesome. I love her so much. And, one of my favorite moments in the episode when she did the quote, the Glenn quote, the first rule of scavenging is there's nothing left in this world that's not hidden. I love that she said that, because he said that in episode 2 of season 5, Strangers. Mm-hmm. He said that to Maggie and her when they were scavenging. And I love that she remembered that and she said that, because it was actually at the same time kind of bittersweet, because she doesn't know that he was dead, that he's dead and everything. So, I cried at that, but at the same time, it's like, yeah. Now the Oceanside set was amazing. It's like comic book brought to life. It was really cool looking. Good, really well done. The group is annoying in a way, because it's like, they're kind of not wanting to, work with them. Well, at least the one.
I don't like that. I don't like that community.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
That's one community I wouldn't visit.
I would want to see more of them, to see more of what's going on. Like, maybe they could change, maybe, like, down the road if we see them.
Like, I don't believe it when they said that they killed all the men. I think that the women killed all the men.
Yeah, that's what...
I don't believe it that Negan killed all the men. I think they killed all the men.
Yeah, I saw
because you even see the awkward moment where she's like, well, you could bring your friend, even though he's a guy. It's like... Yeah. Like, no, you're going to kill him.
Yeah. I did hear someone else say that they're worried about that. I liked how she flipped the Rachel girl. She gave her the bird, That was funny. And then the Cindy.
Well, I like the part where she's not mad that Tara lied to her. And she's like, there's no such.
And she did the whole fist pump thing, and instead of doing it, she kind of put her hand and she's like, we'll work on it.
Right. No, but the part where she's like, there's no such fishing boat as that, right? And then she's like, are you sure? She's like, yes.
And then she's like, yeah, I was telling the truth. No, I lied. She kind of fessed up to it.
Yeah.
The Sandwalkers were scary. Woo! But it was
that was something out of Day of the Dead, I heard, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Heath fake out walker, that freaked me out. I thought it was going to be Heath.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh my gosh, I seriously thought it was going to be Heath. But then it wasn't. I was like, oh my goodness. And then like the PPP on the car, what does that stand for? The card that she found. I wonder what that means. They said that Scott Gimble's the only one that knows what it means, so wonder what it's going to be. Yeah, I had tears when she was in the gift shop on the way, right before she went home, and she saw the bobblehead doll, Dr. Doll thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when she got home, oh gosh, and then, Eugene was like looking so upset.
Yeah.
She was so happy looking with her glasses, and then it was like you walking in and you see chaos, and you're like, and it almost as if that kind of like feeling like she's coming in.
I thought that she came back.
I know, because they showed the RV, and that's what.
But that wasn't them, supposedly. It was somebody.
I guess it was someone that found the RV or something, or maybe it couldn't have been.
I don't know. It could have been somebody else. But the thing is, well, here's the thing. If you're gonna do filler episodes, this is what I suggest. Okay, I suggest you have the camera really low, and it's seen from the eyes of Judith in the playpen, where you see like the rattle, and it's supposed to be her. And then you see like a walker coming to the crib, like in the camera. And then you see like her dad, like Rick, just grab the thing by the head, and and so like, and you hear like, like the kid like, or whatever. And I just show like through the eyes of Judith, like she's constantly seeing like all this craziness.
That could be the episode title, Through the Eyes of Judith.
Yeah, Through the Eyes of Judith. And then you see, like, the priest is, like, digging a grave and throwing bodies in there. And he's like, hey, Judith, hey. And it's like,
oh, man.
I mean, that's the type of world we live in. That would be hysterical if they did that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I do wish that we would have saw her actually being told about Denise and Glenn and them. But
yeah, they kind of like did a Maggie saying goodbye to her sister type of thing.
Yeah.
They didn't mention it for like too many episodes, and it's like, yeah.
Like she saw the reaction of Eugene, and you could tell she knew something had happened.
Well, you know what? I don't know if you noticed this, but Sasha and Maggie had a moment before.
Yeah.
Like when they had that storm and everything.
The music box.
Right, and they met Aaron first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was like foreshadowing of their like bond later.
Yeah.
And now that they've got the bond of losing their love, Glenn Abraham, it's like I just love that she was there for her and helping her, and got them not to let Gregory push her around. And I was laughing. I laughed at the part when Gregory. I mean, I was angry also, but I was also laughing because it just shows what a creep Gregory is, because he said that having a one-on-one with Sasha.
Oh man.
You know what that means. And then it showed Sasha kind of like, or was it Maggie? Maggie kind of went forward like she was wanting to hit him, and she held her back. So I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, I love that bond, that friendship there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
There's the whole friendship kind of developing a little, I think, between Sasha and Rosita also.
Yeah.
Because of, they've got that bond of both caring a lot about Abraham.
Now, Spencer's going to die in a week or so?
Possibly. Because he dies in the comic.
Negan kills him, right?
Yeah, he cuts his guts.
And when he comes back to Alexandria, right?
Yeah. He, what happens is he says to Negan that he doesn't think that Rick is a good leader, and that his dad was a better leader, because that's instead of in the show, it was a female, it was his father in the book named Douglas. And he was saying, my father was a better leader, and since my father was a better leader, I should be the leader. And so Negan thought of like it be a kind of a disrespectful, even though not that he cares about Rick, but he thought that was like something kind of like disrespectful. You know how
even though like he disrespects Rick is his guy. So it's like,
so he doesn't like that Spencer was being that kind of guy that would want to overtake someone. So he says, okay, let's take a walk. And he takes a walk, and he says, you know what? It took a lot of guts for you to say that. You know what? I want to see if you have guts. And he cuts his stomach, and they come out of his stomach, and he's like, it looks like you do have guts. And he dies.
right.
So, I don't know if he's going to get that exact death. I mean, I'm sure they're setting it up with how he acted in episode 4.
Right.
Like talking over and like, look at what you led us to, Rick, and all that. And talk about Glenn and
Yeah, it's like that guy that was like, oh, I don't think you're doing the right thing, Rick, and then he wound up dying for screaming and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. Spencer's done. Time to get rid of all the dead weight, I say.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, now the priest, Father Gabriel's likable.
Oh, I love him now, man.
He's great now, but everybody, now that Spencer could go, I won't lose sleep over Spencer.
No, definitely not.
No.
Definitely not.
So, all right, so now I want to ask you, Director.
Okay.
What is happening with the ratings? And I'm not talking about the ratings for Matrixlord212. I'm talking about the ratings because they're up, but I'm talking about the ratings for Walking Dead is going skyrocketing downward.
It's going crazy. There are a lot of different, reasons it could be. I think it's a combination of things. It's a combination of, one, the way that, the show is going now with it being like a lot of different communities they're spreading them out too thin. They're getting us to where we don't see the characters we know and love as much. Like you love Rick, and you're upset you're not getting.
I don't like that they're all losing. Like it's a depressing season.
It is.
I think everybody agrees.
Yeah. And they did say that the second half, I don't know if I should believe them, but they say the second half is like got to be a little bit less dark as
I doubt it.
On. I'm hoping that they're right, but I don't know. But another reason is because of that. It's like we're not getting to see the ones we're invested in, like I said, and with these new characters we don't know anything about. We don't care about them yet. Of course, we understand they have to be introduced, so that way we can down the road get to care about them. But it kind of hurts that, and then we have to.
Nobody gives a shit about Dwight. I'm sorry. He's not going to be in the comic like he is here. Nobody wants him here.
Exactly. So, me, I'm invested right now. I'm invested in, Maggie. I'm invested in Daryl and Carol. I'm invested in all that, and we're not getting to see them very much. And Rick and all that, and we don't get to see them as much.
If I could say one thing, when they broke Rick, like when Negan broke Rick, he broke the fans.
Yes, he did.
Because the fans were broken because they're like, our heroes are now like slaves to these assholes, and nobody wants that.
That's another reason. The plot.
It's depressing. Real life is depressing half the time.
Yes,
you go to put TV on to see your heroes triumph, or even if they lose, they win eventually. But not like this whole season of some asshole being in charge constantly.
That's another
we deal with assholes on a regular basis in our lives, and we don't need to have that when we go home and order pizza and relax on the couch, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's another reason why the ratings are going down, because our lives are already, super down. We don't want to see glum.
I got to tell you, every Sunday it's been doom and gloom lately. I haven't even been ordering pizza. I'm just been like...
Yeah, exactly.
And then it'll be like this. I'm like playing Temple Run.
For example, I am not looking. I'm torn between for this next episode tomorrow night. I don't want to see Daryl being mistreated again, further, mistreated. But at the same time, I'm wanting to find out like what's going on. Like, is he okay?
I gotta tell you, I'm not really. Honestly, it used to be I was looking forward to Walking Dead. I really don't look forward to it now. I mean,
I don't look forward to it as much.
I mean, and I gotta tell you, I tried for the past 2 weeks to do a walking cast, and of our huge number elite, nobody gives a shit right now. Honestly, listen, my team, they don't want to do it. We don't do it, and we haven't been doing it because the focus has been on other stuff, and that's understandable. So I'm not going to force the issue.
Yeah.
But I'm not interested in either team leader here. So, I mean, I can't be like, all right, let's go. No, well, that's it. I mean, you of all people got me into doing this tonight. Otherwise, I wasn't even going to do it. So I'm like, all right, there she is directing again, so that's good.
Well, it's the way we keep in touch.
Right. You're like, we need to do walk. Okay. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, it's also partly to do with Glenn's death. A lot of the Glenn fans, I mean, I'm upset about it. I mean, I can understand they did the comic. They went with the comic. He dies in the comic, but it's depressing. I could understand that people after that first episode, the episode kind of got really high. It didn't get the highest rating. The highest rating so far of any episode has been season 5, episode 1, No Sanctuary. That was the highest rating episode. And I can understand because that was an awesome episode. It had badass Carol. She was so awesome, amazing. Yeah. And then they had for us carolers, the carolers, we love the Terminus reunion hug. And then all of the team family, there, and all those other little, reunion hugs like Judith and all that. So, I mean, it was just an amazing episode. And they had the big explosion and everything. It was just, they worked well, all of them together, getting out of the train cart and all that. So that was an excellent episode.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Rating.
In the comics now.
But after this first episode of the season, it went down.
In the comics now, are they going away the way of goodbye communities? Because I think in the last comic, there's no more Alexandria now. So are they going to go to Washington now? Or are they going to...
I haven't got that far into finding out, like, the newer issues, like, lately. But I know that there's a lot of change coming.
Right.
That it's not the same after a while. Like, they do have that time jump. Of course, I don't think they're going to have that time jump in the show, though.
Yeah, they're not. They can't afford to have it because it's going to overpass the comics, and they can't have it overpass the comics.
Exactly. Unless they're planning on ending the show, and they're just lying about it lasting longer.
Well, I got to tell you, if the ratings continue the way it is,
yeah, exactly.
And if they don't get up, next season's the last season.
Yeah, I think they will probably, because they're already trying with that whole, after the end of season 5, or episode 5, they had the instead of just showing it the next episode, they showed a little of the rest of the first half. With, like, it showed Carol in the cottage opening the door. It showed Daryl at the sanctuary. I think they did that because they're really popular characters. And so they wanted to show them that, yes, they're coming back. They're going to be on episodes coming up, so keep watching. I think that's why they did that. So that way it would, like, kind of tie in with the ones that love Carol, the ones that love Daryl's character and all that kind of stuff. So you see that they're going to come up soon. Because to me, it's like I'm banking on those ones, the characters that I'm really invested in. And I'm waiting for those episodes. Of course, I watch all the episodes. It's not as fun if they're not on it. And, like, yes, it's hard to see Daryl being tortured, but at the same time, I'm torn. Like I said, that I don't want to see him being tortured and mistreated still, but I also am wanting to see him because it's like he's the one right now that, I'm most invested in. And so I want to find out what's going on further, like what's going on at the sanctuary. How's he going to, like, I want to see if they're going to show about closer to how he gets out and all that. And so, yeah, like, gotta know. So this tomorrow night's episode is going to be very interesting. I am kind of weary of it because I don't want to see him being mistreated anymore. But, I know that's going to be part of it, and it's going to make it annoying. But I want to find out what's going on. I need to know how it's going to go down. And also, I am kind of curious about the whole thing with Carl and the singing.
Yeah.
Another little thing I can't, want to see about. But I can't stand Negan. That's another. A lot of people they can't stand Negan. And I can't stand him either. I've never hated a villain more in my life.
Oh. All right. So now we're going to talk about the Facebook page, The Walking Cast. The Walking Cast is growing. And I see people are commenting that they want to be a part of the show.
Cool.
So being that, you're back in directing, you could direct that avenue of the real Walking Casts. And if they can't communicate with me directly, maybe you could find a means to communicate with you.
Yeah.
So you can get them on the show. You want to give your Google thing so they can contact you. What is it? Carol, yeah.
Carol means love. That's on my Google Plus account.
Right. So
YouTube account, so you can find it.
Carol means love. Well, yeah. And
Carol as in the ship, Daryl and Carol's ship name.
Right.
Carol means love, yeah.
Right. And if you can't reach Gloria, try the Facebook page, share your Google Plus ID, so that way I can send the Zoom link or the Google link to your Google Plus, and I can add you, and you can join the show. So
we can do what we're doing here, just talking, having fun talking about it.
The more the merrier, really.
Yeah, we've got to commiserate together. We've got to hang in there and hope that the show gets better and that the ratings actually start to do better. And, the ratings, part of it's the writing. They've got to get to where they can focus on the things that we care about, do more things that we care about, not making us wait for things for so long, because they know how to stretch things out.
Yeah.
Seriously, they do.
I mean, last season was like a week, right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like that, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they have to really go fast with things. It's just some things that they kind of, like with Easter eggs and things like that, they kind of stretch things out so long that it takes a while.
I mean, my main interest right now is, you know, Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow, coupled with Ash vs. Evil Dead, and we also have...
Do you watch Stranger Things?
I saw it a while ago. Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Class, that's...
Yeah, you know, I need to catch up on that.
That is amazing. So, all right. So again, reach out to us. Even if you want to reach out to Matrixlord212 on Facebook, that's fine. And tell me what shows you want to be part of. Give me a Google Plus ID and we'll add you. Because I had recently somebody on Facebook that just made a comment about that. So that's how you do it. I hope you enjoy the show. If you have any suggestions, what you want me and Gloria to do on the Real Walking Cast, let us know. And we'll try to, maybe we'll read your comments on the air, or, you know, if you have any questions, we'll try to answer your questions, or we'll try to predict what's going to happen within the next half. All right. Thank you, Gloria.
I had fun.
Take care. Bye for now.